Hey beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon. So we're going to get some New Year messages for you. Not necessarily predictive messages, but just messages that need to come through as you navigate your way through the New Year energies. I guess we're kind of looking at what you need to release, what you've outgrown, things like that. Be aware there is a full moon in January the 3rd, so an opportunity to really purge and release. Okay, meditation. Improvements require persistence. Okay, number 27 here. Okay, so just continue on with what your goals are. Like, don't give up on these. Remember that things don't happen all at once, okay? So you will be required to have some patience. Just because, the new year has started doesn't mean everything's going to be cleared up and, you're starting afresh. Obviously, you've got that transition period between the old and the new that needs to happen. So the fresh energy can come through. It's not like a stop, like an end and a beginning. It is, but there is a bit of overlap. Particularly around the full moon, I think this is really important to use this as a cleansing tool here. Let's see what other energies you have outgrown, you need to release, you need to embody now. Moving forward. So I've got, persistence here, and I'm also feeling patience with this 27 here. So that's 9 as well. It's that 9, it's you're almost there. Really, that's what 27 breaks down to. So again, that's kind of confirmation around that energy. Okay, seek the ally, number 8 here. So looks like this is kind of saying these two little foxes are in quite close proximity here. Seeking out your soul tribe is what I'm getting. Seeking out soul partnerships that feel very aligned with you, very aligned with your goals right now, with what you want in life. Being really open to people that come into your life. Let's see. Oh, that's too many. See what else needs to come through here. Oh my gosh, this one. Oh my goodness. Root girl. Okay, this has come in so much lately. I feel like there was a collective that's watching my readings, or that needs to be watching my readings, that needs to rediscover who they are. Because at some point along your journey, I think you abandoned your true calling, your dreams. You abandoned your authenticity for someone, something else, some situation. You disowned yourself. Number 46 here. And it's time to come back to your roots again. And your roots is around who you are, like innately, not with all the roles that you play. I don't mean around, obviously, you might be a mum, you might be a brother, sister, father. You might be, an accountant. You might be a nurse. You might be a teacher. These are all roles you play in society, but who are you? When you strip back from this kind of sense of identity that tells your story, that you tell your story, who are you underneath it all? Okay, so stripping back to your bare minimum, your roots here. And also I'm getting here very, very much around balancing your base chakra, so creating that sense of safety, stability, security within yourself and your own body, within your authenticity. This is really important now. I believe I'm getting meditation's going to be really instrumental in this. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge to maybe release some of this stuff or these people or situations that you know you need to release for you to come back into your authenticity. Because some people might not be aligned with that. Some people might not support you in your authenticity. This is where you seek the allies. You seek people who align with your values, your morals, your ethics, who love you for you, who don't expect you to change for anyone else. The people who don't align with you, who struggle to accept the authentic you, will fall away. It's really important, watchers, transpersonal here. So this one speaks to stepping back from the drama, of being an observer, maybe of how other things unfold. So you stay really strong in who you are now. Your main focus is coming back to yourself and your authenticity and self-care, meditation, somatic movement, mindful movement, yoga, looking after your body, treating it like the temple as it is. This is what your goals now are moving forward into the new year. So don't get caught up in other people's dramas. Don't let other people's opinions and other jazz get in the way of your agency, your sovereignty, your strengthening, your ever strengthening, sense of self. Very, very much earthy colors here. This earthy, very earthy energies. These browns and yellows and oranges. So really working on those base chakras. The bottom chakras is what I'm getting. And with this meditation, and allowing you to release those energies and be more grounded, allows you also to connect with your inner voice as well through meditation or dance or yoga or movement, through quality time in nature and things like that. What else, please, Spirit? What else needs to come out? Oh, that was in there. 10 of Cups. Somehow that got stuck in this deck. They're not the same. 10 of Cups, though, we'll put that to the side. That is a different deck. That is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm not using that today, but let's just have that as a bit of an anchor, a bit of a, again, oh my God, the messages are so clear here. I keep getting these similar messages. So Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Yes. Again, with that kind of earthy browns. You can see how there's this yellow, this is the first time I've noticed this, there's this yellow, bright yellow patch in this dusty, looks like a little tornado with a face, right? This is you coming back into your sense of power, reclaiming your agency and who you are and your authenticity and standing strong in that. And, kicking up a bit of a storm. Shaking things up a bit, moving out of stagnation into your authentic self. This is very, very similar to another reading I did. Maybe the last one I did as well. I think I got the same cards. And it's weird because this deck is, look how big it is. I've got 2 decks in one here. And this particular card here, Dust Devil, has come out a lot in these readings that I've done towards the end of this year and last year, sorry. So yeah, you are moving out of stagnation. It's just going to be, as we said, a little bit of persistence and staying out of drama as well. Trying to remain really, really neutral in other people's dramas, in other people's opinions. Because that will keep you on the straight and narrow moving forward and keeping you aligned with your goals. What you need to focus on. Let's get some ancestry cards now. See what needs to come out. If you like my vibe, please feel free to subscribe if that's something that you are called to do. So you can see more of my videos. Be notified when I upload a new one. I upload about 4 a week. And I'm going to start pick a card readings as well soon for you guys. All right, let's see what else. I also will be starting soul sync sessions. That will be in my Patreon, in the membership. So if you're interested in those, I'll pin the link below and you can have a look at that and see if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. Too much to go into now, but yeah. All right, my soul sync sessions will include some oracle cards and some tarot around some getting some intuitive messages. We'll also include some really, really basic yoga moves. So it's not going to be confronting. It's not overwhelming for someone who's super beginners to yoga, and we'll just do some breath work. So really it's very, very short session, 15, 20 minutes to come back into alignment within yourself, and each has a theme. So there'll be a whole library of various sessions, and whichever theme you feel like you need right now, whatever messages you need, you'll be able to see that from the title and the theme, and you can do that session and get the benefits from that. It's a very, very well-rounded healing, short healing session. It's meant to support you in your soul path, beautiful collective. So those will be starting very soon. Okay, let's see what else needs to come out. Oh, look at this beautiful elder healing through the lineage. So yeah, you have elders watching you here. You have your own, it might be grandmother, it might be grandpa, grandfather, but they're watching you and they are proud of you. It's interesting, again, we've got that really, really earthy. It's funny because what I was getting here, this reminded me of Uluru, right? Which is in Australia, these beautiful ancient rock formation here. That's right in the heart of Australia, this beautiful rock. And it's very, very sacred to the Aboriginal community in Australia here. So it's funny that we're getting these really, really deep earthy tones. The Aboriginal community have a deep connection to the land, the environment, and they, that is their beliefs. So I'm getting really a strong sense of potentially you might be quite connected to, feel a quite spiritual connection to the land. To the earth, to the environment here. But with these beautiful, deep, earthy tones here. This did remind me of Uluru, okay? Yeah. Whew. Yeah, really, really sacred. It might be worth going to visiting some sacred sites in your area, and really, really just being present there and just sitting and seeing what comes through. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you are healing through your lineage now, through the work that you're doing, with connecting back into your authentic self, back into your roots, shaking up the status quo, maybe shaking up traditions here. This is a message from your ancestors that you are on the right track and you are healing. You're on that healing journey now. Let's see what else needs to come through. Whoever you are, oh my God, I just cut to that as well. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Okay, I'm going to take that because I think that's meant to be part of the message here as well. So yeah, staying rooted and grounded. Beautiful collective. Rooted, root girl. The message is so clear here. Whoever I'm speaking to, it's really important for you guys to connect back into earth, the earth. And it's such a cliche to say that sometimes. I feel like when I say that, the message gets lost, but it is so important. See, there's a tree here as well. Seek the ally. I really think this is really important to you, for you to connect into the roots and your authenticity. Now it's really important for you to connect back into the earth and see your third eye is open. It's green as well. So green represents the heart chakra. So opening up your heart space as well. Look at all the colors on these cards. You could live in a space that's very arid, like the desert, or some kind of you might live in a very arid kind of environment. This is very green though here. So beautiful collective. I'm really, really getting messages from your ancestors here that you need to connect back into the earth. You might be someone who has a very big connection and passion to the earth already. So this is nothing new for you. This is all part of, I'm going to use the Mushroom Tarot deck now because of these earthy energies. I feel like that will be, oh my gosh, I really need to organize my, oh no, yeah, there it is. I need to organize my, excuse me. My desk is getting a bit out of control, guys, I tell you. I'm getting so many decks and I don't want to, you want to have them all at hand at the same time, but then there's no room on my table. I need a bigger desk. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I digress. Okay. All right. Let's see what else wants to come out of this in this message. So, coming back to yourself, no more disowning yourself for others, moving out of a stagnated situation as you move into the new year here, staying out of drama, right? You also hold so much wisdom, beautiful collective, so much wisdom. And you're using this to heal now. And your ancestors are proud of you. They can see what you're doing. And they are really proud of you here. Let's see what else needs to come through here. What else needs to come through? King of Cups. Wow. There's that beautiful green. King of Cups. Working from your heart space. See that beautiful green in that mushroom? That cup of love here. That cup of green goo. Green mushroom goo. Yummy. Very similar to that color. Completely different decks, obviously. But yeah, look at that. Yeah. Those beautiful green colors here. So this is something we've got earth, we've got brown, and we've got the ground, and we've got the trees here. I feel so, I was just having this conversation actually with my cousin yesterday as we were walking along the beach, how connected we feel with the land. And, you know, we both were born in Australia. We're just walking along the beach and we just had this beautiful conversation around how connected we feel with the land. And we resonate with the Aboriginal spiritual beliefs around the connection to the land. We feel a resonance with that, and we respect that so much because it's so important. And I think there is so much wisdom, more wisdom to be shared around this. I'm digressing, guys, but yeah, King of Cups here. Obviously, this is water energy. This can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I believe this is you embodying your deep emotional self now. The King of Cups feels very, very deeply, but he also has a quiet strength around his emotions. And again, I'm getting that message around not getting caught up in other people's dramas. Really, really staying true to who you are. Being really committed to your own path of, meditation and self-study here, okay? Let's see what else needs to come through here. Ten of Wands. So again, dropping that burden here. Let's see what else needs to come out. Let's get a whole heap of these. That's too many, Spirit. I only want one at a time. Oh, the Chariot. Beautiful energy. I'm getting this Chariot is very similar to the Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. This is you passionately moving forward on your own journey. And not being afraid to be a bit rebellious around that, okay? With that Dust Devil moving out of stagnation, this might be you being a little bit rebellious now. Six of Cups, wow. Beautiful energies, beautiful colors too. What else? What else? This is going to be another long reading. I've got to get a timer so I don't go for hours. I really want to do 20 minutes, but I always end up going to 30. All right, wait. A couple more, please, Spirit. A couple more for this message. Nine of Swords. Ooh, getting out of your head, guys. It's time to get out of your head here. That's a bit of a warning one, that one. I'm getting that. Oh, yep. All right. Ooh, okay, yeah. Yep. So Four of Swords. Snow fungus. It might be snowing where you live. You might be far from the desert. You might be in snow right now if you're living in the North Pole. North Pole. Santa? No. I mean, if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, you might have snow. And this is really, really a time to go within and have that hibernation period too, that rest and renewal, which is what the winter calls us to do. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles here. What is that called? The boar. Yeah, so Eight of Pentacles here. Again with those earthy energies. The yellows, the browns. Very, very yellow, this one. This is speaking to me of, again, with that, that solar plexus, that yellow chakra coming into your own agency, your own sense of self. This is what you're working forward. This is you doing the work. So with this Nine of Swords, it's number 9 again. So I'm getting that this is going to see how this meditation card is a little bit like all these thoughts are going on in the background, right? Of this person. Meditation. So improvements require persistence. So it is. Sometimes it's really tough to sit down and meditate without the thoughts taking over. With these Nine of Swords here, what's this one called? Milk cap. Yeah, so it's really tough sometimes to meditate if you've got a busy mind. Maybe you've had some sleepless nights. Maybe you're moving into the new year, but you've still got a little bit to release here. This is again around staying out of other people's dramas. Try not to be anxious around the other stuff, what's happening around you, okay? You just focus on you and remain grounded within these beautiful energies we see here that are calling you to remain super grounded in your energy here. Six of Cups is popped up as well here. Six of Cups, so this could be you, coming back into yourself here. Six of Cups is the return. This could be you connecting with your past lives and healing that trauma, the deep ancestral traumas from lives before you. This could be this here with this Six of Cups. But very, very connected to your intuition, and that's what we are working on here as well, moving forward. With this Four of Swords, as I said, it's called Snow Fungus. It's probably the only card that speaks to the cold weathers, because everything else has quite got warm tones. So this is around, obviously, that rest and renewal, that reflection, that Four of Swords energy, and it's right next to the Nine of Swords. So it's kind of like a little bit of a warning, like, not a warning, but just saying, look, you know, try and not to get too in your head about things. Easier said than done, I know. And take this time to rest and meditate. If you struggle to sit down and meditate without your brain going a million miles an hour, I would suggest, as what I was saying before, getting into that really somatic movement. So even going for a walk where you actually expel some of that nervous energy, even doing a bit of yoga, some dancing around first, like get on some music, you know, kick up the dust, have a big dance, and then sit down to do a bit of a meditation, a bit of quiet time, right? Or you go on a big hike and then you sit down in nature and just have some quiet time with nature here. Once you've expelled some of that nervous energy, nature's always just has a way of grounding us immediately anyway. With this Chariot here, I think you're going to be moving forward with, that's number 8 as well. I think you're going to be moving forward with, you know, really passionate energy. And you're going to get clear on who you are, and you might be a bit rebellious in your path moving forward. This might be you know, fighting the system in some way, or just the traditions maybe that you were grown up with that you just don't agree with anymore. And then the Ten of Wands here we've got as well, which I haven't spoke about. That's dropping the burden. So I feel like this is dropping the burden of other people's opinions, dropping the burden of other people's expectations. Moving forward, see, that's right before the Chariot here. So dropping the burden of other people's expectations, the traditional ways that you might now not feel like you resonate with. It just might be you just deciding that you want a different life in the new year. You want a different life. And it's going to take a little bit of work and you coming into your own and being really strong in who you are and your authentic self. As I said, this different life that you are seeking will come when you sit firmly in who you are, not afraid to express yourself. Also, yeah, with the heart guardians as well, operating from that heart space, really heart-centered now as well, but still staying rooted and grounded, right? And you'll come back into who you are, into yourself, because this disowned self maybe has been where you've been, whether this might have been 10 years in the making here. 4 + 6, 46. You might be 46 years old. You might be 60 years old here. You might be 27. So yeah, this is your reading, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.